My name is Delany Dean. I am the founder and the owner of the Sanford Mindfulness Center on Sanford Avenue. We first opened up the Mindfulness Center about 3 years ago, and we're in rented property, or rather borrowed property, the entire time. Sort of the kindness of strangers allowed us to use some properties with really wonderful business owners around here who were associated with the practice. But it was about a year and a half ago when the place that we had been using was no longer going to be appropriately available for us. So I announced at practice one morning that we were going to have to move. We were going to have to find another place to operate out of. Well, Nancy Groves, who is a member of our group, happened to be at practice that morning, and she said, "Hey, I've got a place that's on the market for sale right now. It's a little messy inside, but we can clear that out, and you can do your meditation practice in there until the place is sold. What do you think about that?" So we were pretty delighted and went to do a couple of mornings of meditation here. And the first time we came in, of course, it was very messy, but we cleaned it up. It had been vacant for a long time. But the second time I went in, I just walked in the front room and then in the back room and then looked out back, and it was a wreck, but I was kind of falling in love with it. And I said, why don't I just buy the place? No more of this moving back and forth and finding people who would allow us to use their space. Why don't I just buy it? So I said that to Nancy, and she said, okay, let's go. And we underwent the negotiations. There were some rough spots that I think only Nancy Groves could have navigated for us. She was representing the seller, but I didn't. She was also my realtor at the same time, and I'm just really was taken aback by the skill with which she smoothed out all the rough spots and allowed us to take possession and ownership of this place. Now, I had already known Nancy for years and considered her one of the, if not the top realtor in this city, based not just on her experience in real estate and finance, but her love for the city. She steps up and finds out who needs what in this city and tries to find a way to make it happen. And she's done that consistently for as long as she has been here. I highly recommend her. When people ask me who should I contact as a realtor to buy or to sell, I always say Nancy first. There are a lot of really good realtors in this town, but the one that I would place my project in, especially if it had any kind of complexity at all, or might have any kind of complexity at all, would be Nancy Groves.